What is good, YouTube? Tonight we're going to take a quick look at the C138 from our ERA. This is the Bell 206. Go ahead and swing the box around as we get a 360 degree view of this beautiful bird. It's a great flyer for under $100 depending on where you pick it up. On Amazon, I think they're around $100. And I'm pretty sure this has collective pitch. This is the remote that came with it. Let's turn the remote on. So, all of these remotes are the same as far as I can tell. Let me get the a little oversaturated. And I'm going to turn the music down. Kind of forgot, got music on here. So yeah, let me turn the copter on. So you want to turn your remote on first. We'll go repairing real quick. On the bottom, you'll find your battery. Power on button. Hold it for a few seconds. You should see it start blinking and flashing at you. Now, this is like oversaturated. There we go. It's a little better. Then you're going to come down to your remote and you're going to go up and down. And you'll notice that the lights quit blinking. Once you've done this, you can also do a synchronize for... I'd like to get this all at the same time, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that because I don't have enough arms. But you're going to push both sticks down and to the left. So they'll be at like 7 o'clock, 7:30. Can actually do that with one arm, I think. Yeah. So I push them down and to the left, and if I do it again, so we can see the helicopter, it keeps turning like the saturation really high. Because the girl in the background, probably the light from those monitors, like she's too bright. Anyway, yeah, there we go. So now after you do that, down to the left, it'll blink and flash at you, and that just lets you know that it is now like recalibrated for the gyros position relative to how it is sitting right now. So if this is a flat true surface, then I guess they're calibrated. So it's not perfect, I guess. If you're on a tilted surface, that's not going to do much for you. That's probably going to be like negative for the outcome. Not sure, haven't tried it. I always try to balance it or recalibrate it on a flat surface, like my kitchen counter. Anyway, you don't need to do that every time. Once it's calibrated, it's going to remember that. So you're going to have to keep doing it every time. I still do it here and there because I don't know if it forgot, or I just feel like maybe it forgot or needs to relearn. So then if you were to push both sticks on the controller down and away from each other like this, so this one would be at like 4 o'clock, and then this one would be at like 8 o'clock. Then the propellers will come on. So you push them straight down and then out, away from each other. Or you can push the one launch button. But I guess if you've never flown one, go ahead and push that. You're still going to have to adjust. I feel like it's out of focus. You're still going to have to help it fly. Now this does have optical flow, which is supposed to help. Wait for it to focus. I don't think it's going to focus. There we go. So it helps to keep it steady once it gets a grip on its location. There's a little camera in there, which it's just going to refuse to focus on. There we go. So yeah, there's a little camera in there, and it's probably like really low resolution. Like I'm gonna just guess like 320 or something, and then it's probably just looking for shapes at the ground. So that camera, yeah, it's a camera, but it's not meant for like a human to use. So it's just looking at the ground, and then it tries to use that information to hold a position. So if it's like a repeating pattern, or if you're like over water or something like that, it might not work at all depending on the condition. So don't rely on it. I didn't buy it for that feature. My last one didn't have optical flow, and I don't care. Anyhow, I think this thing has collective pitch. Like, see, like if let's get it kind of aimed up this way. You can see they're tilting here for up and down, but if I have it up, so like this is for I want to go higher. You can see they pitch into the air to dig in, get more lift. But look at that. I can also, at the same time, I can make adjustments on the other stick, so I can still make flight inputs with both sticks at the same time. I don't know if that constitutes collective pitch, but it feels good. I mean, the fact that you can change the pitch to elevate, because my last one didn't do that at all. It would turn the blades faster. That's how it would increase or decrease elevation, was by adjusting the rotor speed. So this one is actually changing the bite into the air, how it bites. So, and that's adjustable. You can tune that with the remote by pushing this. I guess it's down and in, or just in. That's up. It always feels like I'm just pushing straight down, or into the remote. It's a cheap remote, guys. But if you do a long press, it should beep at you. There it goes, and then it'll blink. So once it's in blinking, we can make a permanent adjustment to our pitch. And I think right now I did like I'm gonna go all the way to the end. It'll stop beeping, and then that's one way. And then we'll hear it beep 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 beep. And what I'm doing right here is I'm pushing either this way or that way on the switch. So we're going back this way now. That's center. When you hear the pause beep, long beep, well, now you know that's center. And I'm going to leave it on center plus a couple of degrees of more pitch. I don't know how much more pitch this is giving me. However, I did a test flight earlier, and I just did like 3. And that was sufficient for me. And what that did is, like, when we ask for elevation, or when we make an input here, we get a little more of that input than we did before. So if I went backwards, 1, 2, 3, that's center. This is like the neutral ground. But I'm going to go down, which I'm pushing it this way, like towards this way, 3 times, like 1 or 2 times, 3 times. So that's center, 1, 2, 3, let's give it 4. And what that'll do, once I push and lock this in, I'm going to shut it off because I don't want it to change again. Yeah, once you do a long press again, it'll long beep, and then that lets you know that the code, or I mean your new standard is locked in. So like, see, I just did the up and down again, doot, and then it found the helicopter and binds to it, and then the input, or the new degree of pitch that I tell it's okay, you can go this far, like you can pitch that much. Let's put these back straight. Like, depends on how you're like looking at them. Like when you're looking at them this way, you can see them now. Like if I want lift, so my new instruction says I can go further. Like maybe this was the old, like now I can go more, like a couple more clicks, more biting into the air, scooping it, forcing it into submission. And you probably want to have higher rotor speed all the time. And I don't know that this does it at all. What that does is it lets you, what do you call it? It lets you get, on this stick, it lets it get more, it's tough, dude. It's fine. That's one thing about these little helicopters, is you don't have to worry about breaking them really. Actually, I got stuck in a tree on its like second flight today, and I'm like throwing my water bottle at it to get it out of the tree, and it took a few throws, but I knocked it, and I was able to catch it while it was falling. And I started throwing harder and harder at it, because it was like I was hitting it, but it wasn't enough to knock it out of the tree. So I'm like, man, I'm really gonna have to fire at it to get it to jostle out of the tree. So I was like, I threw it hard enough to knock one of the fins off here, and they just popped back in, so it's fine. It's not a big deal. Anyway, that head speed or whatever, this control, which I don't think I hear any change in RPM. I don't way confirm that, but what that'll do is give you more tilt, like this way, to give it a more aggressive, whatever that's called, yaw pitch and something else. I'm bad with the terminology. I just like to fly it. It's a great little flyer, actually. It could stand to have more power, but the battery life's not bad. You're definitely gonna get 7 to I think they claim 13 minutes. Maybe that's possible. I haven't tried. If you really just were like easy and hovering around with it, and low heads, or the low rate mode, it has 3 settings for that. Indoors, I definitely would say use 1 until you get used to it, because it pops like, and when you have it in 3, when you go forward, it'll go. And indoors, definitely. When you're outdoors, you probably want to have it on 3 all the time. 2 or 3. If there's no wind, you can get away with the setting 1. And I'll select between them depending on like how aggressive I want my control inputs. So that's kind of a thing, with one finger up here, you can click between how aggressive you want the input to come up. Your up rate and down rate, I think it remains the same level of aggressiveness no matter what setting you're on, mode 1, 2, or 3. Like that's going to remain the same. And then also your rate for how quick it rotates. This is the left and right, so this is adjusting the rotor speed back here to make it rotate either left or right. But yeah, Cool little bird. I'm trying to get some video of it flying, but I need to figure out a camera situation. I need to employ a cameraman. Or figure out how to do like a body cam. That would suffice. Anyway, go ahead and pick one of these up from RC ERA. Now the cool thing, that's what I meant to mention, so this video is going to be about 20 minutes. These remotes are like, they'll pair up with any other helicopter, so you don't need to buy the remote every time. And if you don't mind waiting, you can buy them direct from wherever and without the remotes, and then they're really cheap. Then they're like $40 or $50. And on the back here from RC ERA, you can see all the helicopters they've released. That was the first one I picked up from them, the gray one, the C186. And then you can see they've been releasing more and more. If I can get the exposure to look at it better. And down here we have unreleased ones, but this one actually just released, so it's not showing it, and I have it in the mail. That one's on the way. Let's see, maybe we can use the helicopters. This thing's like a flashlight, dude. I was using it as a flashlight the other night. Totally, to put the code in on my door. Anyhow, so there's unreleased ones, which are gonna be cool. But this one here, this is if that's the Huey, or where's the Huey? I don't know, but one of the new ones that's not shown on this box. I just saw it got released, and I just happened to be looking to get another one in the mail, and so I put it on order. And then so we're gonna have to get a video. It's the blue and yellow one. Here, let me put it up on the screen. Yeah, that's really why I haven't been going out with it too much, because it's been cold and windy. So when you get wind with these, you can't really fly them outside. Indoor flight's possible, but it's boring, you know. RC ERA. Official. There it is. It's actually a headline right here. So this one's on its way, and I'm really happy about it. Like, look how good that thing looks. I'm just gonna start like giving these to people too. Like, these are my new go-to for a gift idea, because everybody should have one. Here it is, the yellow one. And then also it comes in this military outfit, the Marines color scheme. So that looks really nice. Go to the pictures. So I did not get this one. I got this, the yellow-blue one. Not that the military looked bad, I just think this is gonna look so good flying in scale, like scale flight with design, whatever. And this one's 99, okay. Like, but this one can fly upside down and stuff. This one's actually better than the C136. This one definitely has true, inverted flight right there, 3D inverted flight. and I saw a demonstration, a short clip of it. Yeah, dude, it totally flips right upside down. It doesn't need to be way high either. You can do it like in your bedroom. You just push the button or whatever, put it in the mode, and I think that's what it is. You put it in the 3D mode or whatever, and then you push the stick, one of the sticks to the whatever, left or right, and it'll flip over. And then it inverts the controls for you too, so you don't have to mirror it in your mind like, left is right now and down is up. It corrects all that, so you just fly it like you normally would, upright. It's totally cheating for you. It takes all the work out of flying upside down. So this one definitely, that means it definitely has collective pitch, like true collective pitch, if it can do that. Anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video now, about 20 minutes of video here. Check out RC ERA, guys. If you're not into the hobby, look, I broke the head on this other one by accident. I mean, it took a while. You have to understand, I've crashed so many times. And you know, solution, I just picked up another set of metal ones this time for like $9.99. And so it's not like a crazy, you know, people are like, oh, it's expensive. I mean, it's relative. People spend that on coffee every day, so not $100, but maybe they spend $5 or $10 on crap every day they don't really need. So it's not that expensive. And it took a lot of abuse to get to where I had to buy and replace something. Like, I've crashed it a bunch of times. Not this one. This one I haven't really crashed it yet. Getting it stuck in the tree, I guess you could consider that a crash. It's an attractive little helicopter. We'll get some footage of it tomorrow, hopefully, if it's not too windy out. Y'all have a good weekend.